Want to know the secret to spotting a top producer before they've even sold a house? There's not really one. It's really, really hard to understand the why behind someone's motivation, to understand what their actual motivation is. I have found that every time I meet with someone and I'm just like, man, they've got every piece that you need, I find out later that there's just a lack of motivation. There are things going on at home. Maybe the other spouse is the breadwinner, whatever it may be. They're just not quite as motivated than this person that I found that's much more raw and doesn't seem to have those same innate abilities. But what I did not know was the motivation behind their real need to make money or need to be successful or whatever it may be. So finding that motivation is really, really hard. I'll tell you how you can do it very early on. For me, I'm bringing every agent on the team that I can find. We'll hammer it out later, whether they can sell houses or not. If we need to part ways with them, if they're just not cut out for this business, or maybe there's another system or another team out there that's better for them, and we'll certainly help them, in that direction as well. But one thing that we do to really test the resolve early on is we will give them a certain number of leads. When I used to do my lead distribution round robin, where I would deliver one to her and one to him and one to her, it was easy to just go pull 40 old leads and send those to a new agent. The ones that would call me back 2 hours later, say, hey, I've gone through all of those, you got any more? That one's pretty evident. That person is probably gonna go somewhere. And then I've had others who a week later, I'm like, hey, how we doing on those 40 phone calls there? And they're struggling still to get through those. I'm pretty much backing off at that point. Like right off the bat, inside of a week, inside of 2 days, I know if someone is cut out for this business or not. The ones with excuses, the ones with the constant reasons why they couldn't or how they're working through it, they're not going anywhere. I don't know that I've ever been wrong about that. If they don't come out of the box swinging, they're probably not going anywhere. You will know very early on if you've got a superstar or a dud. Now, having the ability to nurture that superstar, that's what you really need to focus on right now. You can make it very evident. Nowadays, we work with pond systems. So, all of the leads come into one particular pond. So I will turn an agent on to an older pond, some leads that they're not really gonna screw up because they haven't been called in a while anyways. But that being said, when we identify that potential rock star, how do we nurture them? I'll tell you this, I will typically look for very low-hanging fruit early on. I will look for a deal that has come through someone that's communicating with one of our bots, or even sometimes one of my own deals that may be on on a price range that I may not work these days, or something I just don't have the time to work. Whatever it may be, I'm going to do whatever I can to give that agent a boost. I'm going to get them a deal as fast as I can, maybe even 2 or 3. You would be surprised if you pour into those who show that they have that work ethic. You will be surprised how fast they can really rocket to the top with a little nudge. With just a little bit of momentum behind them, you can create an absolute rock star in a very short amount of time. I've had agents come out in their first year and sell 30, 40 homes just because we gave a little push. We built up the confidence and got them out there, got them rolling very early on. Listen, hit subscribe, follow along, shoot us a comment if there's a topic you'd like to know a little bit more about, or want to argue about something that I've said here.